Welcome all the respected friends. Congratulations that a great endeavor of studying the Shastras has been initiated and being successfully continued. Means success in the continuation is going on. Great it is. May it be kept so. May the Lord's grace be on us in this endeavor. Also the Guru Kripa. Remember the 13 Vyaktitvas of लोकसेवक धर्मस्थापक विरागी भक्त शिष्य मुमुक्षु जिज्ञासु श्रोत साधक परिश्रमी प्रेरित प्रशांत गंभीर and also संस्कृत भाषा ज्ञाता व्याकरण सहित. Let us not forget even a moment all the six sources of help and blessings which we have to get continuously. The Shruti Mata, the Guru Ganas, the Devata Gana, the Jagan Mata Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, as well as the Parabrahma Tattva. Shwethashwathara Upanishad Adhyanam we are doing. Friends, ninth mantra, so important. We are trying to grasp the subject matter. What is said there is Jiva Ishvara, both are the expression of the Parabrahma only through the Maya Shakti. This knowledge has to be strongly, deeply gained, and we have to abide in it to such an extent that all the wrong knowledge, which is opposite to it, wrong notions, all of them go away from us. In Vedanta, as much Siddhanta Jnana is important, so much of Abhyasa of both types of Vyatireka and Anvaya also have to be done. Then definitely if we do, definitely the result will come. We will see the last very good, very complete, very beautiful paragraph of this mantra wherein the fourth line Trayam Yada Vindate Brahmam Etat is being explained to us. Before that, let us do our Sankalpa Prarthanas, and before that, our few minutes of common sense thought. In today's common sense thought is first, feel happy that we are human being. We are born in Bharatamata, the Rishi Bhumi. We are born in the beautiful Sanatana Dharma. Second, feel happy that the Lord and the Gurus are kind to us. Third, feel happy that we are able to maintain whatever we are able to do, our spirituality. One in this class through Shastra Shravanam, other things, whatever we are doing at home. Fourth is maintaining that good mood of these three things, yet we have to think about the progress, how much we are able to make. Very sensitively, delicately. That observation, how much progress we are able to make. If it is very good, very high level, congratulations. If not, instead of feeling the regrets and guilts which may take us into the negative mood, let us feel to take it as a challenge. Let us feel the inspiration to enhance the things to be done to ensure that spiritual progress is happening. For that, more than the failures, more than the inabilities, more than the inconveniences, more than all of that, what we can do, on that we have to focus on, is the point. What we can do technically is called as Purushartha. It's a big journey, it's a long journey. N number of obstacles will come. Focus on them, we will be only feeling low, regretted, guilty. Instead of that, what is that Purusharthas which I can do? If we focus on that, isn't it? That will be always healthy sign. First of all, for that, some truths we have to accept. The truth one is what? Time is passing so fast. Days are going on so quickly. See the October when it started. Already 15 दिन हो गए, 16th October today. And each passing day, this whole opportunity of this human life given is also coming to an end for everyone. Even a child of 1 day birth also is going towards the death only. There is nothing to be sentimental about it, but it's a fact. It has to be observed. It has to be taken into consideration. Okay. So then what? Okay, before and then when we die, we will be getting birth. It may be better than this, greater than this in every aspect, including you get a very good, better Swami Guru Acharya to teach you. Congratulations. All the best. So be it. All that is okay, but all that is unknown. What is known is in this life we are there still, and today is there in front of us. Keeping that in our mind, today is in front of us. Now the Purushartha. And how many Purushartha are there? Not many. No, only two. Only two Purusharthas spiritually. One is what? How the world is entering in me, how I am entering into the world, how to avoid that, how to reduce that. For that, whatever the deep knowledge required, whatever the tough practice required, we have to do. This is one thing, one Purushartha. In this one Purushartha, again, the two, three Purusharthas are there. One is how the world is entering me. Second, how I am entering into the world. Means how I am becoming worldly. How to avoid that. We are talking to spiritual people, huh? Not the worldly people. And how to avoid it. Then the understanding Purushartha aspect of it is what? The world is unreal mithya as well as it is binding. If you involve in it, if you allow it to enter into us, this knowledge has to become very stronger, which we are studying almost every day in all our classes. है If these two aspects, that Jagat is Mithya and it is Bandhana Karana, is not deeply understood, accepted, then the thought of keeping the Jagat away will not come. We'll only be entertaining the Jagat and involving in that only. Because if we are not considering it as Mithya, we are taking it as real. If we are not considering it as the cause of problem or samsara, we take it as source of happiness. Then we cannot avoid entering into it. Therefore, in our Purushartha, this aspect has to be very clearly taken into account. That's our Purushartha. The data required for that is continuously supplied to us through all these classes. Genuinely, seriously, we have to. What is there in us is beautiful sincerity of being regular. But the genuine seriousness also has to come. That also is a part of the Purushartha. You know, take time, bring the intellect into picture, take into analysis, account how the world is said to be mithya, because continuously, constantly it is changing. Because of that only, it is the hetu of the dukkha, which is called bandhana. Because anything changes, binds. Anything goes away, binds. Because we don't want the changeful thing. We want changeless thing. We want thing permanent. But nothing is changeless. Nothing is permanent. Therefore, definitely this world is binding on. And it is a fact. And accepting it. Other than accepting it, any other effort is failure only. Futile effort. We can't make the changeful world the changeless. वो तो चेंज होता ही है. Only we have to accept it. So the purusharthas are accepting, understanding that wisdom first. Why? First of all, understanding the world is cause of bondage mithya. Second, how it is entering into me, how I am entering into it, what exactly happening. Then how to avoid it. These are the deep purusharthas we have to take seriously. Just like in any aspect of little grosser things like the health. The goal is healthy body. Why? Because only health gives comfort, happiness. Then we have to do the purushartha of thinking as to how the health is getting spoiled. Is it the food problem? Is it the place I stay? Is it because of the water? क्या कारण है तबीयत खराब हो रहा है? हमको सोचना है ना. What is big Brahma Vidya about it? Even this also we don't do generally. Then how to avoid it? Then maintain the health, physical. Like that, the spiritual health we are talking about. The spiritual health is the avoidance of we entering into world into us. Because it is mithya. Only after realizing Brahman, we can dare to enter into the world with the confidence that it will not bind us. For a true spiritual seeker, we are talking. The one who has realized that the time is passing day by day, and before the last day comes, I should already be established in at least the spashtata in Siddhanta Jnana and the initiation of sadhana. अगर अनुभव भी मिल गया तो nothing like that. That is what we are living for. There is no second opinion about it. But in case if that's not happening, at least in our next life for full-fledged sadhana, as the days pass by, this is what Purushartha we have to do. Because what is said in Gita, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatyante karevaram tam teme vaiti kaunteya sada tadbha bhavita. With whatever bhava we are going to leave the body, that is where we will be put. The bhava here is the total idea about ourselves, our life, our goal, our means. Has it become clear in us that Paramatma Prapti is the goal? Has it become clear that for that the Adhyatmika sadhana to be done? For that the knowledge should be there and the qualification should be there. And this is the knowledge, this is the qualification. And I am getting qualified, I am gaining knowledge, I am practicing that knowledge. This is called as bhavam, which required bhavam. If we can generate that, who knows that glimpses may come to us in this life. If not, we can happily, safely, comfortably, excitingly we can die. Saying that, यार जो करना था कर दिया, अभी I'll be getting a better equipment with better situations around, with better mind intellect, wherein more vigorously than this life, more joyfully than this life, more effortlessly than this life, I'll be doing and progressing spiritually. उत्साह के साथ. एक्साइटमेंट के साथ, वो वाला मन हमको तैयार करना है। ये स्पिरिचुअल लक्ष्य है, पुरुषार्थ है। नॉट द अदर भाव वेयर आई हैव नॉट gained this thing, I have not enjoyed that thing, I have not made this person lovable to me, or this person still is hating me. ये वालों इन चीज़ों के साथ एज ए साधक का वी शुड नॉट डाई, दैट इज प्रोहिबिटेड फॉर अस. We have to prepare ourselves as the days pass by in these adhyatmika vishayas only. So be inspired about it. Take it as a challenge. Use that purushartha samarthya, in that the thinking ability to understand. Then the willpower to avoid that is to be avoided. Use that willpower to avoid that is to be avoided. Very, very important purushartha. Naturally, the second purushartha is what? How to enter into the spiritual ambience, how to allow the spiritual ambience to enter into me. These things also have to be thoroughly understood intellectually. Then again, the free willpower to execute those things. These are the purusharthas we have to keep on engaging in day by day, more and more vigorously, intensely, to the extent that we can. Of course, while doing so, most important thing is maintaining the health of body as much as it is in our hands consciously. By taking all the cares, the most important two cares are the correct and good food and correct and good rest. दो ही बातें हमको है भाई, अच्छा खाना, रेस्ट लेकर मेंटेन द बॉडी माइंड हेल्दी. यूज इट फॉर दीज टू पुरुषार्थास of avoiding I am into the world, world into me, and doing of I am entering into spiritual world, spirituality is entering into me. And in this spirituality entering into me, the aspect, again, every day, that little of upasana to quieten the mind, invoke God's grace. Then take up the Upanishad, study it. What about the Atmavastu, about the moksha, that is said in the Upanishad by the Rishi. Do the manana chintana 10 minutes. Keep the book closed. Then contemplate. Tired, take rest. Again, take the Lord's name 5 minutes, or any japa or any stotra. Quieten the mind. Again, take the Upanishadic mantras. And then do the Adhyayana Manana Chintana. And again, little bit of contemplation. Like that, we have to enter into spiritual zone more and more. Allow the spirituality to enter into our bosom inside. And one important thing, which is already said, is let that not be disturbed. That poise is not disturbed by anything else. The dissimilar thing. Now you see why these Mahatmas stay in the ashramas and they don't allow anyone to come to them. They don't meet anyone. What is the meaning of it? It is their poise of spirituality. They do not want to disturb it. Only few important meetings with specific agenda are there. Then only they come out, they spend that half an hour. जो भी आए भक्त आए नमस्कार चमत्कार कर दिया. Then they go again into their own the spiritual mood. हमें इसकी आवश्यकता को जानना है. अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं? The little bit spiritual poise that is gained, we just carelessly squandering it away. Again, by jumping into the world and allowing the world to enter into us, by giving it over value, undue value. All that is a sign that we are not fully matured in our Siddhanta Jnana, that spirituality, through spirituality, Paramatma Prapti alone is the moksha hetu, therefore that alone is the goal. In this Vishaya, we are not very clearly convinced. And also, this world and worldliness is a bondage This also we are not clear. That is why, in that ignorance, in the delusion, again and again, we are coming out of our spiritual zone and mood and again giving importance to worldly things, beings, affairs. परिपक्व नहीं हुआ हमारा ज्ञान, सिद्धांत ज्ञान. सो बना वो भी पार्ट ऑफ पुरुषार्थ. And all of that is done a very inspired, joyful mood. Very good. That mood of inspiration, joy, mood of restlessness, mood of regrets and guilts. All the three are in our hands. The regrets and guilts may demoralize us. Even the restlessness also is a sign of, again, the knowledge is not complete. And inspiredly doing means I know what exactly to do and I know my capacities and I am doing my best. I am now happy in doing, not at reached, but I'm happy. मेरे को क्या, मैं जो करना था कर रहा हूँ मैं. अब जो मिलेगा मिलेगा फल, उसमें क्या टेंशन है. The regret and guilt is not able to do. And the restlessness is again compromising the doings because of some or the other thing valued. We have to slowly come to a level where nothing is valuable to us. Then our Adhyatmic sadhana, come what may. That is the meaning of all the technically said things like na karamana, na prajaya, na dhanena, or puttreshanaya, hacha vitteshanaya, cha lokeshanaya, cha vyutthaya. All what we study in Samskrita Bhasha, the meaning of all that is this only, that the most sacred spiritual pursuit is more valuable importance than all the non-spiritual secular involvements. That's the meaning of it. It has to enter into us. All the while last 4 5 years, what we were doing is to achieve this only. Purushartha Prayatna is ours, right? In that, one simple idea is what? An enthusiastic way of, what do you call it as? Introspection. You know, enthusiastic way of introspection. Regarding what? The last 2 or 3 minutes, what I did. And in the doing, was I being spiritual? Was I being worldly? I was spiritual or worldly. 2 minutes back, whether it is we had breakfast or we had tea, coffee, or we have gone out, or we spoke to somebody at home, और we browse through the cell phone, we saw the newspaper. जो भी किया हमने 2 मिनट पहले, कि उसमें आध्यात्मिकता कितना था, संसार कितना था. दैट enthusiastic observance. अब आगे 2 मिनट मेरे सामने है, उसमें मैं क्या करूं, क्या कर सकता हूं. Isn't it? you know it's a very matured thinking, because minute by minute, if you can conquer, you have understood the trick of the spiritual sadhana. Just like the mind plays the trick of minute by minute taking us away from Paramatma into the worldliness, the trick of an intelligent person is same, that minute by minute he just calculates and does what is to be done for spirituality. पिछले 2 मिनट क्या किया, 5 मिनट मैंने क्या की, क्या एटीट्यूड था मेरा, क्या मेच्योरिटी था. दैट डूइंग, was it avoidable? Why didn't I avoid? If such things again comes, how to avoid it? If it was unavoidable, the involvement was unavoidable, but it is outer, but inside I could have maintained my spiritual atmosphere even while doing that unavoidable thing, isn't it? See, a person, पहले अपने आप को स्पिरिचुअल मानकर जो भी काम करने के लिए जाना होता है, वो करता है स्पिरिचुअल आउटलुक से ही. फिर कंक्लूजन में इसका स्पिरिचुअलिटी में क्या असर हुआ. अब देखो, ये लाइक ए बिजनेसमैन, always is in this profit thought and mood. How much profit I am getting. उनका हमेशा बॉटम लाइन वही होता है, फाइनली मुझे क्या मिल रहा है. अदरवाइज यू कैनॉट बी succeeding in business and gaining profits. We have to mean business and spirituality. In every interaction, we have to calculate इससे spirituality का loss हुआ या gain हुआ, isn't it? That calculation has to be done. In that, all avoidable we have to avoid, and all unavoidable we have to involve, but spiritual outlook के साथ. What is spiritual outlook? This is a need of the time. I had to do it. I am doing it as a part of my duty prarabdha. I have nothing to expect from anybody or anything, nor have to form any opinions, etc. बस जो एग्जैक्टली करना था to my maturity मैंने वो किया. Then the how people are responding to it, how they are reacting to it, how they are behaving, how they are arguing with me, fighting with me, मैं इन सब चीज़ों को मन में नहीं लाता हूँ. These are all dust and dirt. You know, it's a very subtle thought, very comprehensive it is, very high level of Shuddha Sattva alertness, Sukshmata those who have, they will be able to do this, that too continuously. In short, in today's common sense thought, what we saw is first be happy, congratulate that we are भारत माता में हिंदू के रूप में मनुष्य के रूप में जन्म लिए. Second, we are thankful to God that every day Shastra Shravana we are doing. Feel happy about it. Then third is observe about the actual progress that is happening or not. Four, for it to happen, ensure. One thing is remember every day is passing, which should create an inspirational sense of urgency. Then not worrying about which are not in our hands, be aware of what are in our hands. That's called Purushartha. In that, two things we spoke about. One, world entering me, I entering into the world. Observe it, avoid it. Then, me entering into spirituality, spirituality entering into me. Observe it, involve in it. And for that, all the answers that are given to the outer people or our own mana, which doubts, which questions, which tries to pull us away from spirituality into the world. उन सारे दिक्कतों के लिए हमारे पास ज्ञान रूपी समाधान होना चाहिए. We should have the answer of the knowledge for it. Apply it and all that do in a joyful, healthy manner. Inspired, healthy, joyful manner. We need not, once we are on the path spiritual, that itself is celebration. Then take as opportunity, take as challenge and do it. In the initial days, when we were not doing, we used to feel guilty and regretted, etc. That was a part of game that was required at that time. I mean, more than regret, guilt, the positivity of the inspiration. I am given one more day today. What best I can do? Isn't it? ऐसा सोचने से ना और draining away of the energy will not happen. When there are regrets and guilts, I told you the other day, we are such बुद्धू लोग होते हैं हम मतलब मैं कि रोते रहते हैं कि साधना नहीं कर रहे नहीं हो रहा करके रोते रहते हैं लेकिन करते नहीं. The biggest problem is this. We are miserable, we are crying that sadhana is not happening, but we are not doing also. Isn't it? Like the youngsters. They are miserable that यार मुझे नौकरी नहीं मिल रही. But among those miserable people, 70-80% तो ऐसे नालायक होते हैं. They are not trying for it. See, when you are not getting Naukari, you have to get it. You have to observe your qualification. You have to increase them. You have to vigorously look out for opportunities, visit all the places or sites, etc. अरे ये सब मेहनत करोगे 20 जगह पे एक जगह क्लिक होता है वो उस मेहनत में वो लेजी होता है. और रोता रहता है कि नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा। अब देखो, कोई घर आके नौकरी देते हैं क्या? बताओ, नहीं देंगे ना। यू हैव टू गो फॉर इट। इन द सेम वे, कोई गुरु भगवान आकर हमें स्पिरिचुअलिटी तो नहीं देते। वी हैव टू गो फॉर इट, एंड वी डोंट गो फॉर इट एंड वी बिकम मिजरेबल, वी बिकम रिग्रेटेड एंड गिल्टी। मैं गीता पढ़ नहीं पाया, गीता पढ़ नहीं पाया, ऐसे 20 साल से कह रहे लोग। अरे खोल के पढ़ो। मैं मेडिटेशन नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, अरे करना। मैं क्लास नहीं आ पा रहा हूँ, अरे who stops you? Come. So that was the state of regret and guilt, that we have not done. Some of them took up it as a source of inspiration, but for many, that remained like that. जिंदगी भर regret and not doing, very important is this. दुखी हो रहे लेकिन नहीं कर। Instead of that, challenge, inspiration, positivity. Then how many people are achieving it? Why not me? I will fulfill my life in spirituality. I will scale the heights. I'll reach the summit. तो इस तरह का पॉजिटिविटी हमेशा ले आना, और उस समय नेवर एनी नेगेटिविटी अवर्सेल्स की, मैं ये जात का हूँ या ये मेरा गलतियां हमने अभी तक किया है। कोई भी चीज डिमोरलाइज करने वाला वी शुड नॉट एंटरटेन। दैट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ गेम, चलता ही रहता है, नॉट जस्टिफाइंग इट। सेम टाइम good riddance of the bad rubbish, as we say na, no need to carry the load of past. That proved how bewkoof we were, that wrongdoing. Now let us be wise. That's it. So there are the few things we'll have to mind day by day, minute by minute, how best we can utilize. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहिन्दवसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगति-एकता शान्तिपुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयागादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण स मूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः पुनः शाश्वतरूपेण प्रतिष्ठापनार्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद् देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा देश धर्म सनातन धर्म माता पितृ भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ पारायणम सेकंड चैप्टर फर्स्ट 5 mantras फॉर पारायणम अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः ओम युञ्जानः प्रथमं मनः तत्त्वाय सविता धियः अग्नेर्ज्योतिर्निचाय्य पृथिव्या अद्या भरतु युक्तेन मनसा वयं देवस्य सवितुः सवे सुवर्गेयाय शक्त्या युक्त्वाय मनसा देवान् सुवर्यतो धिया दिवं बृहज्योतिः करिष्यतः सविता प्रसुवातितान् युञ्जते मन उत युञ्जते धियः विप्रा विप्रस्य बृहतो विपश्चितः विहोत्रा दधे वयुना विदेकः इन्मही देवस्य सवितुः परिष्टुतिः युजेवां ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं नमोभिः विश्लोक एतु पृथ्येव सूरे पथ्येव सूरेः शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्राः आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्तुः ओम शांति शांति शांतिः ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शांतिः 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 अथ नवमो मंत्रः पढ़िएगा ओम ज्ञाग्न्योद्वावजावीशनीशौ अजाह्येका भोक्तृभोग्यार्थयुक्त अनन्तश्चात्मा विश्वरूपो हि अकर्ता त्रयं यदा विन्दते ब्रह्ममेधतु मित्रों in this mantra every line is so important complete. First line we have understood Jna and Agnya. There are two entities, all knower and little knower. Both of them are not born, Ajau. They are called as Isha and Anisha. Anisha is Jiva. Ishvara Jiva. In this, for Jiva especially, Aja, the Maya is the one which is the Karana of Bhoktru Bhogyartha Yukta. It is the one who creates all Bhogya for the Bhokta. We have seen that. Jiva is the Bhokta. Ishvara is only there for us to surrender and serve so that all our upadhis are offered to him. We go beyond upadhi. The purpose of Ishvara in our life is only that. Otherwise, from his side, Ishvara is not bound. He is mukta. He doesn't need any sadhana. We need not worry about his sadhana, his moksha. That is why, having said about Ishvara, only how to tune to Ishvara to get blessings from him, that alone is spoken everywhere in general. More than that, we need not worry about Ishvara. Then Ajaheka Bhoktru Bhogyartha Yukta. Then about Paramatma Tattva, yesterday very clear categorical words. We saw Anantaschatma Vishwarupaha hi Akarta Parabrahma. Anantaha Vishwarupaha Akarta. These things were yesterday focused on by us to study. Then Anantaha means this pure Brahman is Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha, Paricheda Rahitaha. That is the Ananta. Second Vishwarupa is Arupa. Therefore, he is the one who, because of his own Maya Shakti, appears in Sarva Rupa. Catch this point. Bhagavan by himself is Rupadi Atita. Yet his own Maya Shakti makes him appear to be in those so many Rupas. Vishwarupa is that meaning. Third one is Therefore, he is akarta. He shabda yasmad vishwarupa vaishwarupyam lakshanam paramatmanah iti eva madhibhi atmanah vishwarupatvam iti artah. यतः एव अनंतः, वो विश्वरूप होने के कारण ही इज अनंत है. देयरफॉर विश्वरूपः आत्मा अतः एव अकर्ता. सो अनंतः विश्वरूपः, बिकॉज इज अनंत, only Santavan has something to do to achieve. Paramatma being ananta, he has nothing to do. Therefore akarta. So in that Parabrahma Tattva, Kartrutvadi samsara dharma rahitaha. He will not have any samsara dharmas of kartrutva, karma, karma phala, janma, maranadi. So there is a state of being or the self which fulfills these lakshanas of anantaha, atma, vishwarupaha, akarta. Now the moksha vishaya. You and I as a jiva, how we get that moksha? What exactly is the moksha anubhuta sthiti? And what is to be done for it? That is what is said in the fourth line. Trayam yada vindate brahmam etat. This point is to be very thoroughly grasped, understood. So, Trayam yada vindate brahmam etat. When these three Triputi are understood to be Brahman, then we are mukta. Understood means experienced there. So, it appears to be tough and trickish and difficult in understanding, but not that much. Little focus if we do, it will be understood. What is it is? Reality as Anantaha, as Akarta alone is there. But on him, everything is projected. No, when we reject all projection, reality is revealed. That's all in Vedanta. Reject the projected, reality is revealed. इतनी बात हमको करते ही जाना है, जो होना है होने तक. Brahman alone is real. He is Satchidananda, that's it. Everything other than that is projection. Therefore, reject that projected. The reality is seen. Hold on to this thought. So, that will be highlighted in this Bhashya for the fourth line. We are studying now the Bhashyam for the fourth line of Trayam Yada Vindate Brahmam Etat. Let us see that. Key question is raised. Kada, kada means when. Kada evam, in this way, Anantaha Vishwarupaha कर्तृत्वादि सकल संसार धर्म वर्जितः मुक्तः पूर्ण आनंद अद्वितीय ब्रह्म रूपेण अवतिष्ठते. You and I as a jiva now, this is the mukti avastha. How do we get established in that mukti avastha? By explaining this line, no, मुक्त अवस्था क्या होता है यह हमको स्पष्ट रूप से बताया गया. लकीली. So, when does it happen? Kada, when? Anantaha. So, our experience when we realize the self is like that of the self only. The self is explained in the third line. What is that? Anantaha. So, now I identify the upadhis. Upadhis are Santa. I am also feeling Santa. So, when will I feel the Ananta? That is a question. Answer will come later. Kada Anantaha bhavati. Second, kada Vishwarupaha bhavati. That Vishwarupata, as we heard it in so many Upanishads, technically called as Sarvatmya Bhava. Essentially, I am that Rupanama Ratita Ananta Brahma. Essentially. But that me alone, at the transactional level, Vyavahara level, all the Rupa, I am only there. That's called Vishwarupatva. A Brahmagnani finds everything to be his own Rupa. Because every Rupa Nama has its substratum, and that substratum is me. Therefore, all forms are me only. That's called Sarvatma Bhava. Everywhere it comes. And in Gita, Atma Upamena Sarvatra Samam Pashyati. 10th chapter Gita, Etam Vibhutim Yogancha Mama Yoveti. Everywhere. See, you all know, we have already studied in our Mandukyadi. Atma Anubhava, Brahma Anubhava, Brahmatmaikya Anubhava, then Sarvatma Anubhava. Atma Anubhava is, I know I am this cell beyond Panchakoshas. Brahma Anubhava is, behind this Samashti Jagata of Rupanama, Satchidananda Brahman alone is there. Brahmatma Aikya Bodha is, that Brahman and this Atman are one. Sarvatma Bhava is therefore, at the Vyavahara level, everything that is there, me only. Because that Jivan Mukta has to come into the Vyavahara. Then in the Vyavahara, if he forgets the Brahman, then that's not a Brahma Jnana only. Then how do you maintain it? Because everything is me only. Among that everything, one thing is these upadhis, three which I am expressing. All upadhi I am only expressing. Okay, small hitch was there. I didn't say talk anything. We are now starting again. कि कदा एवं अनंतः विश्वरूपः. See, this is the goal we have to reach. Anantatva. I am that all pervading Brahman. That is an anubhuti. It cannot be put in words. Then only there is moksha, because in the Santa there is bondage. Second is again at the expressional level, I am Vishwarupa. All rupas are mine. Otherwise, if I identify the one rupa, then again I will be bound by the limitations. Third is important. Ki kartrutvadi sakala samsara dharma varjita. Remember, to the jiva, there is kartrutva, karma, karma phala, janma marana. In between that, sukha dukkha. These all put together is called samsara. But in the Atma Anubhuti, they are not there. Therefore, here Guru Maharaj himself is raising question as to when is this stage reached. Ananta sthiti, Vishwarupa sthiti, Kartrutvadi, Sakala Samsara Dharma Varjita sthiti. Third one. Fourth one is, this is called as Muktaha. Any other state of being other than this, even it is of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Pada also is Bandhana. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are not bound. They know they are the Supreme Brahman. They are expressing for a purpose as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. What we are saying is, devoid of that Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Pada also are Bandhana only. Okay, so now this is called Mukta Sthiti, Muktaha. Therefore, be attentive. Purna Ananda, not the Apurna Ananda, not Sukha but Ananda. Not Apurna but the Purna. Purna Ananda, then Advitiya, one without second. Brahma Rupena, as that pure Brahman. These are all explanations of the Brahman. Eva, only Avatishtate, establishes. When will one establish as that only exclusively Brahman, who is Purna Ananda, who is Ekaha, who is Advitiyaha, who is Sakala Samsara Dharma Varjitaha, like the Kriya, Kartrutvadi, and who is Vishwarupaha, who is Anantaha. Anantarupa, Vishwarupa, Kartrutvadi Sakala Samsara Dharma Varjita, then Muktaha, Purna, Ananda, Advitiya, Brahma Rupena Eva, Kada Avatishtate. When will that happen? What is our job to be done? What is our sadhana? Important question, isn't it? Avatishtate iti atra aha. That is said here. Very clear. Iti atra. Highest sadhana is told here. We have to be qualified for it. Now the answer is the fourth line mein jo kaha. What is it? Trayam yada vindate brahmam etat iti. So etat trayam yada brahmam vindate. When one beyond doubts, not only theoretically, intellectually, but on his seat of meditation through experience, when he realizes that all the three are nothing but Brahman, then the above said Purnananda Advitiya Brahma Rupa Mukti Anubhuti comes to him. So, what is that Trayam and what is the meaning of knowing it as Brahman is explained. Trayam. What are the three? Bhoktru, Bhoga, Bhogya Rupam. I, the Bhokta, the world, the Bhogya, my contact with the world and getting whatever the Bhoga experiences. Sukha, Dukkha, Adi. All these three, Bhoktru, Bhoga, Bhogya Rupam, when you know it as Brahman. How do you know it as Brahman? What intellection we have to entertain there is ki Maya Atmakatvat. Because this Bhokta, Bhogya and Bhoga are Maya Atmaka. Maya, whenever you use the word, they are only the appearances, not real. And all appearances have the substratum behind on which they appear. Therefore, मायात्मकत्वात् मीन्स ये तीनों को माया मानकर समझकर स्वीकार के फिर मायात्मकत्वात् देन अधिष्ठान भूत ब्रह्म व्यतिरेकेण न अस्ति. None of these three can be true other than the adhisthana Brahma. So all sadhana is here only. These three are Maya. The Maya Krita projections cannot be without the adhisthana. Therefore, adhisthana only because of the Maya Svikruta by me, accepted by me, appearing as this Triputi of Bhokta, Bhogya and Bhoga. Because of the Maya Svikruta by me, adhisthana appearing as Triputi. Then what? All these three are nothing but Brahman. This Abhyasa is the Abhyasa which removes that Maya and Maya Krita Triputi. Very trickish, but very small it is. Brahman is reality. On him these three are projected. Earlier we took them to be real. Therefore we were involving in them. Therefore we were denied of Brahmanubhuti. Now we have understood through Shastras, Brahman alone is reality. Everything other than him is a projection on him. Then, when we see these projected three and say that they are not only the projection, but they are Brahman alone, this is called Brahmabhyas. This is where the devotion helps, where we are told to practice that everything is Mera Ram ka Swarup hai, Mera Krishna ka Swarup hai. This Mera Ram, Mera Krishna Swarupa is to devalue the reality given to the entire world of names and forms. Thereafter, even Rama and Krishna also is projection because they also came and they also went away. From where they came into what they went, that is the reality. That is called as Brahman. And that Brahman is Sat Chit Ananda Swarup. So, Trayam Yada Vindate Brahma Metat means what? Brahmam Vindate as Trayam. That was delusion, that was ignorance, that was samsara. On Brahman, these three are projected, they are taken as real. We were involving in it, therefore the samsara. So, Brahmam Yada Vindate Trayametat, that is samsara. Now, Trayametat Yada Vindate Brahmam, that is moksha. So simple. So, that practice we have to do. Another two aspects. One is Siddhanta Spashta Roop se, we have to understand that the Brahman alone is real, everything else is projected. After that Siddhanta Spashtata, sadhana also you have to go on doing till the superimposed things lose their value importance from our heart. Like any person, we gave value importance, they entered into our life, played all the havoc. Slowly we devalue, stop giving importance, that person goes away from our life. है कि नहीं? Like you give importance to these classes, you come regularly. So regularly. Suddenly something happens to you, कीड़ा घुस जाता है. You devaluate और देखते देखते you disappear and you don't even know that there is class exists. Class goes on. Class is Brahman. In the same way, Trayam Yada Vindate Brahma Metat means these three are rejected by taking them as Maya or Mithya. And the Adhisthana is Brahman. That is Brahman only. That way we have to go on doing the Brahma Abhyas. Therefore, Mai, the Karta or the Bhokta is Brahman. The Bhogya Vastu also is Brahman. Then the Bhoga also is Brahman. That's the meaning of Brahma, Brahmavi, etc. So, again we say Trayam Bhoktru Bhoga Bhogya Rupam. Mayatmakatvat. because they are all expression of Maya. Adhisthana Bhuta Brahma Vyatirekena Nasti. They can never be there without the Adhisthana Brahma. Kintu Brahma eva iti. But they are Brahman and Brahman and Brahman alone. Yada vindate. Whenever you are convinced, whenever you have practiced, whenever you have rejected these three, whenever you have reached one with the Brahman, then it will happen. Whether you take it that as a only job from now onwards and achieve it in this very life, welcome. May you postpone it. If you postpone it for 10,000 lives, welcome. See, नहीं जानना, नहीं प्रैक्टिस करना, नहीं अनुभव में लाना. You can do it for millions of lives. We'll continue samsara. बट जानना, अभ्यास करना, अनुभव करना, शुरू करो तो हो जाता है. तो जानकारी मिल रहा है अभी नाउ. We are getting the complete knowledge that substratum is Brahman alone. Everything other than it, the bhokta, bhogya, bhoktru, bhoga, bhoktru, all of them are projections. Intellectual knowledge हो गया. Now substantiate it with practice. So that from our vyavahara, from our heart, the value reality given to these triputi is gone away. When that value given to triputi gone away, then that non-rejectable pure Brahman remains in us as an experience. So what is done in the dhyana? Bhokta, bhogya, bhoktru are rejected and the focus is done on the substratum on which these three are projected. सो यहाँ यदा त्रयम विंदते, उन्होंने ये कंडीशन कहा. अब कब करोगे, इट इज इन आवर हैंड्स. सो मायात्मकत्वात् अधिष्ठानभूत ब्रह्म व्यतिरेकेण नास्ति किंतु ब्रह्म एव इति यदा विंदते तदा, that time निवृत्त निखल विकल्प, all the vikalpas, the multiplicity goes away, manyness goes away, dvaita goes away, then purna ananda, again as it is said earlier, the complete blissful state, advitiya, which is one without second, brahma bhaku, he becomes the experience of Brahman. Therefore, kartrutvadi sakala samsara dharma varjitaha. Then truly, because the Brahman is without the sakala samsara dharma, sakala samsara dharma varjitaha, and because of this, vita shoka. Therefore, there is no shoka samsara. That is called as kritakrityaha. He is a fulfilled. Avatishtate, he gets established in it. Iti. भोक्ता, भोग एंड भोग्य एक ही परमात्मा है. बस इन तीनों को रिजेक्ट करो तो वो परमात्मा का अनुभव आता है. सो रिजेक्शन इज डन अप टू द वासना लेवल. अज्ञान, वासना, अभ्यास. अज्ञान replaced by jnana, abhyasa is replaced with the other abhyasa. When these two are done, the traces of vasanas also go away. Thereafter, the projecting cause goes away, projection will go away, the substratum will be revealed. अब करो तो पता चलता है. अथवा the same thing is said in other way. ज्ञाज्ञ अज, ज्ञ ईश्वर, अज्ञ जीव, अज is Maya. आत्मक जीव ईश्वर प्रकृति रूप त्रयम. One set of three was bhokta, bhogya and bhoga. Same thing is called Jiva, Ishvara and the Maya. These three. Jna, Agnya, then Aja. Aja means Maya. तो ज्ञा, अज्ञा, अजा, आत्मका, ये तीनों तीनों के जो आत्मा है, कौन है वो? जीव, ईश्वर, प्रकृति रूप त्रयम. These three are Brahma, is Brahman alone. Yada vindate, when one is able to reach to that state, labate, उसका उस स्थिति को जब पाता है, तदा मुच्यते इति. So the moksha is when the jiva, jagat, maya are understood to be the substratum Brahman alone. Then it should be Brahma. Why you have called it a Brahmam? Brahmam iti makarantam Brahma me tumam madhu me tumam iti chandasam. ब्रह्मम नहीं होना चाहिए, ब्रह्म होना चाहिए. ब्रह्म मीन्स द छांदस प्रयोग, द वैदिक प्रयोग. डिडंट यू लिसन दोस मंत्रास? ब्रह्म में धुमा मधु में धुमाम ब्रह्म में मधु में धुमाम. Like that, there's only छांदस प्रयोग. Don't get lost in the vyakarana. Don't worry about it. दैट इज जस्ट शंकरा एक्सप्लेनिंग भगवान कि ब्रह्मम क्यों कहा, ब्रह्म कहना चाहिए। अरे यार वो छांदस प्रयोग है, वैदिक प्रयोग है, भाषा में फंसो मत तुम, पॉइंट को समझो कि दैट when these three are realized as Brahman, then we get the moksha. So the meaning is what? Trayam yada Brahmam vindate Brahmam etatrayam. Then the above line said Anantaha Vishrupaha Karta Sthiti we reach, which is the nature of Brahman. There no samsara, only mukti is there. So after being with the Guru in gaining the Siddhanta Jnana, the disciples are sent by the Guru only. Ab jaye ekant mein. देन डू द प्रैक्टिस, विच प्रैक्टिस, ये तीनों को हमारे दृष्टि से रिजेक्ट करके उसके अधिष्ठान ब्रह्म को जानने का, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज निधि ध्यासनम एंड ध्यानम, वेयर द सिद्धांत ज्ञान दैट दिस त्रिपुटी इज माया is practiced by devaluing them, rejecting them, and in that effort the substratum is reached, or substratum is focused on knowing these three as the maya or mithya. In that effort, these things will slowly disappear from our vision. Substratum is revealed. त्रयम यदा विंदते, देखो एक ब्रह्म के ऊपर उन्हीं के माया शक्ति से जीव जगत ईश्वर प्रोजेक्ट होकर द जीव इन दिस जगत विथ इज उपाधिज गेटिंग लास्ट, काय का तमाशा चल रहा है देखो. Unnecessarily we have become jiva and unnecessarily we are suffering. And this is solution. This is the solution. This is the only solution. And this is the final solution. There is never ever an alternative for this. कि ये त्रिपुटी और ब्रह्म ही है. And then to reach to that, thousands of meditational techniques are told. Whether you call it as Drashta Bhava, whether you call it as the Sakshi Bhava, whether you call it as the Drugdusha Rupa, or it's called as Atmanatma Viveka, whether you talk it as the thing which is coming and going and the one which is not coming, not going. हमें सारे various प्रक्रियाs to achieve this one. They are all Maya Krita, they have the Adhisthana as the Brahman, because the Maya just keep rejecting them. Then the non-rejectable, pure reality, the Brahman is realized as myself. अब करो फिर सिद्धांत बता दिया, whether it is a Vedanta Siddhanta, whether it is the Swargaloka Prapti Yagna Agadi Siddhanta, Uttaloka Prapti Upasanadi Siddhanta, Punyakarmadi Siddhanta, unless they are practiced, those results we will not get. है ना, Siddhanta, I know how to drive car. That will not help you. You have to be there practicing. Siddhanta, how to swim, I know. I read 10 books. Won't help. You have to jump into water only. Siddhanta, how to cook the food. You will remain hungry and die only. You have to practice, then only food is available. Eat and finish others. Isn't it? Here also, Trayam is only superimposed on the truth by our own choice. No, it is our choice that we have to reject. तो रिजेक्ट करने को जब कहते हैं, हाँ कैसे छोड़ू मैं इनके प्रति इतना अटैचमेंट रखता हूँ. अब देखो, यू आर माया से क्रिएट किया और उसको वैल्यू किया और उसमें फंस गए. then there is no way to moksha, then only one way, reject that and realize the self. नहीं करूंगा मैं, then get bound. अरे क्या, किसकी मजबूरी है? Isn't it? If you don't practice the rejection of the Triputi and practice the acceptance of one Brahman, who is bound? तुम ही ना, किसको फर्क पड़ा, हमको नहीं फर्क पड़ता. So therefore keep doing it. है ना? That shows when we study this subject matter, how casually Bhagavan Shankara says, अरे तीनों को फेंक दे, ये सब का अधिष्ठान ब्रह्म है, ऐसा जानो. He is telling from his standpoint where he has zero vasanas, zero kamanas, zero any of the value to world. But for us, the vasanas, the desires, the value to the world, the possessions, अब इतना कचरा हमने डाल के रखा, Do you think this sadhana is easy? No, that's why we go on postponing it. And the most dangerous thing in spirituality, which obstructs our spiritual progress, is postponement. Procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination is the destroyer. We keep procrastinating. What is the procrastination? What is most important, that is rejected. What is useless, that is done. And what is most important? Realizing Brahman and get liberated. That is postponed. And what we do? All the nonsense by which our bondage increases more and more. This is called procrastination. Technical definition. जो जरूरी है उसको टाल देना, जो यूजलेस है उसको तुरंत करना. That's called, we do all that only every time. Every moment we are doing that. When we realize it, then we stop that, do only Brahmabhyasa for Brahmanubhuti, then we are matured. Yes, that is how this ninth mantra is studied by us. Jnagnyau ajau ishanishau ajaheka bhoktru rupa anantaschatma vishwarupo hi akarta trayam yada vindate brahmam etatu. Little more study, vicharana, contemplation, clarity will come. Correct? Now the next mantra, 10th with Bhashya, Sambandha Bhashya and all, we will enjoy studying tomorrow. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Parabrahmane Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsad Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, friends. Let us do some Gita study also for some time.